This is a hefty computer. Oh wow. God, that feels good. Man, look at how thick that thing is. Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the practice session. Well, as you can see, it's another morning session, so we have a lot of work to do today. Let's go ahead and jump into it, shall we? Alright, another morning where we're gonna work on some Bach and stuff. So what are we gonna do today? According to my calculations here, we have some Bach to work on, of course. I'll get more specific than that. It looks like we're due to focus on the Fugue. That'll be exciting. I really enjoy playing the Fugue. I might put a little time into the Presto as well. That'll be kind of interesting. I've looked at it for maybe 5 minutes, like in the last session, so I barely know what's going on with it. But I might put a little bit of time, maybe in the second half, we'll see. And I'm also gonna work on my soar. That's the deal with that. Yeah, and if you're new, we're gonna practice. We're also gonna watch a video in the middle. We have a pretty interesting one that we're getting into. It's about Bach. I know, right? Crazy. But it's a pretty fun one. So, I've been taking this time to answer a comment question. Let's see if there are any comment questions. Okay, so this is actually a kind of interesting one, relevant to the Bach. Yeah, this one's from a friend of the channel, Kudzai. What's up, man? How's it going? So, you asked, can you recommend some free guitar sheet music by Bach to practice reading? Well, let's actually start with that. Yeah, there's a lot of good resources out there that are free. One that I know, that I mentioned here, the Classical Guitar Shed, they have a YouTube channel with a guy, kind of like me, but he's a lot more refined and a lot better. But he has an entire website that just gives you a ton of free sheet music. So that's a pretty good place to go. I use that all the time. It's nice because they organize it by easy, all the way to advanced. So that's a really great place to start. You could also try Soar. Soar is a really great one for finding easy pieces. If you look at Opus 60, a set of 25 etudes, you can just find that on imslp.com. But I mean, if you learn how to play all those pieces, you'll be a pretty strong reader, I would say. So that covers that. Alright, so you said, I find that once I learn notes to play, I can't help but use my ear and memory, and thus I stop reading. Yeah, so what you're describing there, that is you just memorizing the piece, which is actually really what you want to do. That's why we're reading the sheet music, right? All the music that I read, the Fugue, I'm not reading that note for note anymore. I've memorized it, and I make the connection when I see a phrase or a passage. It just reminds me of what to play. So what you're describing is a good thing. You want that to happen, if you want to play it, at a performance level. But it sounds like you want to practice actually sight reading and not memorizing stuff. What I would recommend there is just, move on to a new piece. And there's plenty of pieces to move on to. You probably won't run out. More on that in a second, though. Hold on. Okay, so do you have any strategies on how I can focus on reading only and not relying on my ear? Yes. And this is the thing. So anybody who's good is going to say that they do this. It's called visualization. And it's basically playing the guitar without playing the guitar. It's playing the guitar in your head. Yeah, and a way you can do this, I would start with a really easy piece. I'll say Soar Opus 60, Etude 1, where it's just a single line, right? Just have the score and see if you can read each note, identify it and identify where it is on the guitar. How exactly do you know if you can identify it on the guitar? You would think it would be oh, second string, first fret, that's C. I find that that's a bit excessive. I just think of what finger would I use. So I would say 1. And if I ever have to shift, I would just say 5th position, 1. And I would know, if it's still a C, it would be the 3rd string. All that stuff would kind of connect without me having to, think about it. So yeah, I would just focus on what left-hand finger you're going to use to play it and what position are you in. And now, if you're having trouble visualizing that, what you should do is visualize the C major scale, at least 1 octave of it, and then eventually the entire open position C major scale. And here's what I mean. I'm going to have to cut the music off that's playing in the intro. So we have our C major scale here. So could you visualize starting on 3, which is the C, right? So I just need to think 3, because 3rd finger on the 5th string. So it'd be 3, 0, 2, 3, 0, 2, 0, 1, and that is the entire thing. Get really comfortable with that, and then eventually, the entire open position. And see if you can visualize through all that. And maybe even do that with the scale and try to go through and think of each finger. And then once you're able to do that proficiently, then try moving on to the Soar Opus 60 Etude 1. Yeah, and you should be able to work that out. So, like I said, doing this is not for the faint of heart because you're getting rid of all those things that you rely on because we're supposed to rely on our ear and what sounds good. Like, that's kind of part of musicianship, right? You're getting rid of that completely, and when you visualize, it's all just making the connection of note to your finger on the fretboard. It's very hard. You get used to it. Like, I make all my students do that, like, especially with scales. That's actually how I teach scales. I show them the scale first, and I ask them to just say what finger they would use to play each note, and if it's all correct, they'll go for it. 9 out of 10 times, they'll play the scale perfectly correct on the first try. And that's another thing, too. It takes a lot of the guesswork out, because when you're using your ear, you'll play a wrong note, and then you'll correct it, right? Visualizing like this will just completely eliminate that. In short, pick a really easy piece and try to think through it without the guitar. Think about which left-hand finger you'd use. That'll take your ear and everything out of it, and you'll just be forced to make the connection between the note and the fretboard. Alright, well, I think that pretty much covers that. If you want me to elaborate further on anything I said, feel free to just ask, and we'll do another visualization chair segment. So yeah, just let me know. But hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully you can work with that a little bit. Alright, cool. Now it's time for me to work with this. So, I'll see you there. Well, everybody, I am happy to say that I'm about to jump into the Fugue. I'm excited. Man, what a crazy way to wake up every morning. I got some stuff on my pants. I think it's dirt. Oh my god. Ignore that. That's just dirt. I'm about to jump into a Fugue. Every other part of my life is in shambles, but I am about to play a Fugue. Yeah. Well, I'll see you on the other side. Hello? Yes, it is. Oh, wonderful. Alright, I'll be there in a bit. I'm cutting it off a little bit early, because I have a special surprise. Package was just delivered. Let me bring it. Well, my order came in. Boom. Got a new computer. I know, right? I've been needing that for a while because I've been editing on my desktop that we always watch in the middle of these things, and it is not powerful enough. That's a laptop, but it's several times more powerful than my desktop. That'll be nice. And also it's portable, so I'm not tethered to my apartment anymore. That's what I've been doing. I had to walk to the Apple store, I had to bring it back, but yeah, I'm gonna get back to practicing now. So, I'll see you there. Alright, well how about this? I'm a little distracted now thinking about the new computer. I'm just gonna play the first half of the Fugue. Let me bring you closer. Well, so I'll tell you what I have worked on. Basically everything in BWV 1001 except for the Presto. The Presto will be for tomorrow. I'm gonna try to be expressive and maybe change things up a bit. And then we'll go to the video, and I think I'll regain my bearings after that. So, here we go. First half of the Fugue. What do you think of that? There's like some stuff in there, but there's like one blatantly wrong note. At least one. I mean, let's be honest. I tried to summon my inner Julian Bream for that. We all have a little bit of Julian inside of us. Well, let's go ahead and take a break. My brain's like a little frazzled right now, you know? It's always weird like interrupting a practice sesh. Let's just get past it, and yeah, we're gonna go into a video. Let's do it. Oh, well, you know what? It's not an extravaganza, but I'm not going to be able to continue this video without opening this thing, so let's open this up. This might be overly cautious, but I taped up all the model information. Sorry, I am allowing you to see this though. So what we have here is an 18GB unified memory, 1TB SSD, 14-inch, I don't need the big one, with an M3 Pro chip, 12-core CPU and 18-core GPU. That's the upgraded version. This is not the base model here. Oh, let's do this thing right here. I mean, this is why we do it, right? This. There we go. If I knew how to edit, I would do tracking shots, but maybe I can edit on this thing. Yeah, you like that? Alright, let's see what kind of computer we have in here. Oh, there it is. I got it in silver. I would never ever buy a computer that is space gray. And you shouldn't either. You deserve better. Get the silver one. Oh yeah, there we go. This is a hefty computer. Oh wow. God, that feels good. Man, look at how thick that thing is. It's thick, but it feels like there's a lot of power in it, you know? Woo! There we go. What's wrong with the screen? The screen! Ah. Wow. Hey, there's me. Hey, what's up? How's it going? Hello. Alright, so we'll do that later. This is a bigger display than I thought it would be. 14 inches is pretty good. My other one's 13 inches. My other MacBook Pro is from 2019. It's really old. I can't even edit on it, so that's why I got this. Right now I'm tethered to my apartment like all the time, which really sucks. So if I want to travel, it means that I have to bring my entire desktop, which I did over Christmas break. I don't want to ever do that again, so I went and bought this computer. Yeah, we got the MagSafe, all that stuff. Anything else in here? We got this thing. We got the block. We got the Apple stickers that I can ruin my computer with. Apple is pretty bare bones with what they give you. This is it. So you get that, and you get this. There you go. I also got this. I had to buy that separately. This thing is like 80 bucks. It's insane. But I'm used to them, so I was just like, whatever. I don't want to keep switching it. Yeah, well, that's the computer. Now I feel like I can continue on with this video. Not really much of an unboxing. I'm sorry. I'm just giving you the experience, though. The experience of a new MacBook. This is what it looks like. There it is. Let me get it all in frame. Oh, I can't. Let me set it on my dirty table. It's a nice keyboard. Can't wait to get Cheetos in it. English. I don't speak any other languages, though I should. At least Spanish. United States. Oh man, I'm giving you a lot of information right now. Alright, I'm gonna stop. You don't know what country I live in. Don't think you do. Oh wow, this thing has an HDMI port. I didn't know that. That's kind of nice. Oh, a headphone jack. I'm glad to see that. It's got an exhaust pipe there. Alright, I think that's enough of the MacBook. I think you get the idea. So, let's make our way to the computer. We left off on kind of a cliffhanger. It was about the Brawl. So I guess this will be one of the 24 skits. Let's see. So, and again, this is the Brawl. Imagine this man wanting to brawl you. Oh my god.
The Brawl.
The Brawl. Bach versus Boss Rutan. Who would win? Oh my god. Dude, do you think Boss Rutan could do the crab around Bach? I don't know.
Don't be a criminal in his eyes, because he'll make sure that you're found out and he's gonna rake you over the coals.
I wouldn't be afraid of him. I'll challenge him.
Woo. I like her. She seems fun.
The beautiful music from the new church here was marred by some decidedly unharmonious notes yesterday as a violent fight broke out between one of the church musicians and its musical leader, Mr. Johann Sebastian Bach. Is it true that you assaulted Mr. Bach? That's totally false.
Now you can just insult me like that?
I asked him why
They're throwing around the word assault quite a bit.
You can just insult me like that?
Oh, insult me like that. I see.
I asked him why he was calling me those nasty names he did. He's incredibly mean to his musicians and his students. I see.
Oh my god, dude. Dude, his dad gave him a knife, too, with the watch. I really hope these are the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra members and not, like, paid actors. Man, this is awesome.
His knife, because he couldn't deny what I was saying.
Oh my god. Dude, did you just stab him? Dude, there's so much overlap between Boss Rutan. If only this guy had watched Boss Rutan's video. What do you do when somebody attacks you with a knife? Have you learned anything from Boss Rutan? You gotta grab the chair. You gotta back away, grab the chair, and throw it at him. That's what you do, right?
Men must live among imperfections. Bach must get along with the students, and they must not make one another's lives miserable.
Man, are we gonna get like 22 more of those? That was a noteworthy part of Bach's career. The Brawl. That was pretty cool. Alright, let's go back to the practice bench. Let's go ahead and get our last sesh on, and then we'll call it a day. This is the last thing I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna practice my soar. I might go into a little bit more of the Bach, and we're gonna call it a day after that. So, I'll see you there. After hearing that organ, I kind of want to play my Fugue one more time, so I'm actually gonna start with that. Alright, now I will see you there. I think I'm about done here. So let me bring you closer. I mainly worked on the soar Mozart variations, mainly with the metronome. So I'm gonna play a little bit of the soar. This one's for Tom, who commented, "I'm not feeling those appoggiaturas in the soar, man. Don't be afraid to express yourself." I will express myself. I'll show you what I'm made of. So, you know, that's all I got right now. Whatever. That's a work in progress, you know. Mainly did metronome practice with that one, just trying to tighten it up, and I just gotta express myself with that one more. So I will work on that. Alright, let's go ahead and end this thing here. So, come on. Well, if you made it this far, and if you enjoyed all that, be sure to subscribe and leave a like, perhaps. Yeah, and if you have a question, be sure to leave it in the comments, and I'll probably answer it in the chair over there. Well, I think that pretty much covers everything. I'll see you tonight.